Hello to all the beautiful people out there. Welcome back to another Modality Monday. You know how we're going to get started. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers to your health.
Salud.
Salud. Drinking a little of that agua. Today I have the privilege of sitting here with my brother Reid. How you doing, Reid?
I'm doing well, brother Benjamin.
Good to see you. It's nice to finally sit down and chop it up with you.
For sure.
For Modality Monday. Reid, I met him probably about 2 months ago. One of our brothers' gardening, I don't want to call it a class, but get together. And, me and Reid connected, and I kind of told him what I had going on with, helping people share their stories and share their truths. And right away, he's like, man, I need to get down on one of those.
Yes,
so we're here. So just a little bit, just to introduce Reid. You do copywriting for businesses. He just got mentioned by Black OC, where he shared that he helped bring in over $500,000 for his clients and business. And he's just doing very powerful things. I'm big into the love, health, and wealth. And Reid's really big into one of those aspects, which is wealth and putting money in people's pockets and watching people prosper. But I'll let you talk a little bit more about that and your journey,
Yeah, so it all started back in high school, really, when I was about to go into college my senior year. Everybody in my family, and I'm not even exaggerating, well, maybe a little. 99% of my family is lawyers and doctors. So when I was going to go into school, I was going to declare a biochem major, right? So I could go into medicine, so I could go to medical school and become a doctor. But then, I went to college. I would go to Cal State LA, and then I took one chemistry class. And I got a freaking D-, bro. It was so bad. Everybody, there was one person in the class that got an A, 2 B's, and then everyone else got D's and F's.
At least it wasn't just you though.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. No one got a C, bro.
Right.
And it was just all bad. And I was right then and there, I was like, dude, this isn't for me, dude. There's got to be a better way. I love science, don't get me wrong. I like learning about the body and health and stuff like that. But I didn't want to do that for a living.
Right.
It's just a hobby to learn about, because we need to be healthy.
Right.
Salud.
Right. Salud, baby. Yeah.
So I was like, there's got to be a better way to have a career. So I chose finance because I was like, I'm good at math and I like counting money, so let's try that. Horrible idea. It was so hard. It was just
the credits and debits.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this?
The accounting classes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I switched my major again. And long story short, I switched my major 3 or 4 times until I realized that school wasn't for me at all. And so I was like, man, I gotta figure some way out. How could I make money? How can I make money and live life on my own terms and live the life that I dream of? And I saw these people on the internet, these internet marketers, these marketing agencies. They're doing millions of dollars online, selling online courses and coaching and consulting and things like that. And they were, not only were they making a lot of money, which is what I wanted at the time, becoming a doctor or lawyer to make money, but they were living the life that they wanted.
That freedom.
The freedom.
Yeah.
They were able to travel the world whenever they wanted. They worked from anywhere. They hung out with whoever they wanted, whenever they wanted, at the terms, the price they wanted, anytime. Whereas my family, they make a lot of money, but they don't have time to enjoy it.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want that. So I was like, I saw that and I was like, that's what I need to do.
Right.
So I kind of took my focus away from school and I started learning business, real business. And I took the courses, I went to the seminars, I read the books, and then I launched my first business, which was a social media marketing agency.
Nice.
And I reached out to my friends and family, and then no sales, nothing, no hits. I went to small businesses, nothing. They're like, forget social media, dude. Nah. And so that failed. and then I launched my next business, and that failed. And I ended up starting and failing 9 businesses in a row.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, like, what the heck? Like, I'm doing everything that they told me to do. I'm implementing all the stuff that I'm learning. Like, I'm buying ads, I'm creating courses, I'm creating content, hours of content, dude, just so much. And like, nothing was working. And then, you know, I started to go into, you know, this deep depression, like feeling like all my parents and my friends and family are telling me, like, you can't do this, like, you can't make money online, it's a scam, like, they're just trying to take your money. And like, I'm starting to believe that it's true at this point, because like, I'm not making any money. I had invested at least like upwards of $20,000 and saw very little returns, like a few $1,000s, like nothing over 3 years. And that's when I knew that there had to be something missing, right? And so I saw this video, and it's like the #1 reason most businesses fail, and I was like, that's me. I need to watch that video.
They read my mind.
Yeah, exactly. And long story short, it said the #1 reason most businesses fail is because they don't know how to market and they don't know how to sell. Primarily, they don't know how to write and create messages that sell things effectively. I was like, duh, dude, I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to market. I don't know how to get my stuff out there. So I was like, that's what I need to learn. So I did everything that I did before. I read all the books. I took the courses. I hired coaches and consultants. And then I launched my 10th business, which is my copywriting agency. And then in a 90-day period, I did over $500,000 for my clients and I.
And over how many days?
90 days.
Wow.
And not 90 days from when I first started the business, but 5 months after that.
Wow.
And ever since then, I've been like, this is it. Marketing, copywriting, and sales is the key to business success. It's the key to making the type of money you want, living the life that you want on your own terms, and most importantly, creating the impact that you want to have on other people's lives. And now it's a part of my mission to help businesses that are where I used to be, struggling to get their stuff out there, and teach them how to market and sell and get their products or service, their message out to more people, so they can increase their income and increase their impact.
That's an amazing like story in your journey. I feel like a lot of people have that struggle, that problem where like you said, you took the courses, you read the books, you did everything that they told you to do, but it wasn't working. And a lot of people stop right there, you know, and what is it that's going to get them over that hump, that next step, so that they don't fail and they don't waste the money and they don't just feel like what they're doing is worthless. And another thing that you touched on that I feel is very important is, you said when you were in school, you know, you tried the different subjects, you know, you switched majors, this, that, and the third, where other people, you know, they maybe get stuck in that one major that they want, and even though they're miserable, they'll finish. And they end up getting into jobs that they don't enjoy doing, while someone like yourself tried it, left school, who maybe got ridiculed by, you know, it's one thing to get ridiculed by like outsiders, but when you get ridiculed by your friends and your family, it's like, whoa. And then you were able to turn that if you want to call it like fuel, like it was all that garbage, like you lit it on fire and turned it into fuel for yourself. You know? So what would you say would be like your main message to someone that is going through that? I've tried, well, the first aspect of I'm doing everything they're telling me to do, but it's not working. Is it persistence? Is it, what would you say for your journey helped with that?
Well, knowing what I know now, looking back, it's just a pure experience. Because like, I can teach you how to do a 5-figure launch. I actually wrote a book just recently. How to do a 5-figure launch. But
what is a 5-figure launch to the people that don't know?
Oh yeah, so basically a product launch is when you create a product or service, and then it's when you like put it out into the market for the first time, and like it's like a launch, like how a movie comes out and you do the premiere.
Okay.
That's the movie launch. So the product launch is the movie launch, and 5 figures meaning like 5 figures, so like $10,000 is an example of 5 figures.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
For the people that don't know, I knew what it was.
Funny guy.
That's a refresher for me too. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but I can teach you how to do a 5-figure launch. But if you don't have experience in marketing and sales, and you don't understand how business works in general, like you can implement it, but you might implement it wrong. And therefore it's not going to work for you. So like, but as you learn more about business and you learn more about marketing, you learn more about sales and psychology and human nature, all the stuff that I've been studying over the past 3 years, you start to get this data and a new set of eyes, a new prescription, so to speak, and you'll see things so much differently. So if I gave you the book and you read it and you didn't understand it, if I gave it to you a few years down the line, you have a different perspective, and you're like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense now. Right. You implement it, and you get massive results. Right. And I feel like, experience is a huge thing. Most people get into business, and another reason why most businesses fail is because people start businesses. They don't know anything about business. Right. They have no business acumen. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to create irresistible offers. They don't know how to market. They don't know how to use social media. They don't know anything. And they're like, oh, I just have this amazing idea, I asked my friends and my family. They said it was great things, best things since sliced bread. And then they launch it, and then it does nothing.
I think one of the biggest thing that you touched upon was like your first business, right? Like even your own family wasn't willing to help you. Yeah. How did you maneuver like through that? Like, maybe not feeling bad for yourself or having like a grudge against them, but how were you able to like even maneuver through those feelings?
Dude, my why, bro. The why is, why are you doing it in the first place? What's driving you? So my why it's always been greater than just making money. Right. It's always been greater than just having freedom, financial freedom, total freedom for that matter. It's always been to impact people's lives. It's always been to empower people to become the greatest version of themselves, to develop themselves mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, health-wise, relationships, every aspect of life, developing that, becoming the greatest version of themselves, becoming legendary. And I knew if I was going to impact millions of people in that aspect, I needed to have the resources to do so. I needed to have my own story, where I came from nothing. And you don't have to come from nothing to have an amazing story, but like to go from one place to up here and achieving your goals, I needed to have that story. So honestly, my parents not helping me, or like not taking the time to find clients for me, or not that I needed them to find clients, but to help me out, my business was new. It added to my story. Right. So like now when I tell, it's like, even though I went through that adversity, I still made it through. So like anybody going through adversity, if you have a strong enough why, none of the adversity is going to matter to you, because I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for people across the world. And if I don't do this, if I can't overcome my parents and my friends saying that I can't do it, if I can't overcome that, I'm not letting myself down, I'm letting down people in a different state, in a different country, in a different part of the world, on a different continent. I'm failing them. And that's what drives me.
That's amazing, brother. And that's huge, because honestly, a lot of what you're saying just is your determination not to give up on yourself. And a lot of people, like, going through the things that you went through to start these businesses, quit. They quit early, and it's always at that verge of like that frustration where it's like, oh, what am I gonna do? And a lot of people miss that point of success. Right, it's like it's right on that other edge, and then they quit right before.
Right.
And to be able to like have that self-respect for yourself is amazing, and not to give up. So I really appreciate like your drive and the heart that you have to make it not just for like anyone else, but for yourself. You know, and I think that's very important. I think it's important for people to understand that, you know, if you have a dream, if you have something that you're passionate about, and if it's to better yourself and better to others, like, you have to go for it no matter what, because your parents are gonna tell you, don't do that, don't do this. Your friends are gonna, you know, if they're your true friends or not, but even sometimes your true friends will make you believe that you can't accomplish what you want, and most of the time that's a projection from them because they weren't able to accomplish the things that they want, so they're projecting these things onto you. And then you'll realize when you're going through that process of trying to get what you want, like you said, you know, you started your first business, and your parents and your family and your friends wouldn't even, like, you know, listen to or buy or, you know, support you. And once you get to that point of success, it kind of heals them as well, because it's like, wow, he had the spirit, the drive enough to not listen to us and follow his truth and his path. And even in that sense, like, if your parents like need healing, you're healing them on that kind of tip, because a lot of the times our parents didn't follow their dreams. They got stuck in the 9-to-5s and the corporate, I'm gonna get Social Security. And you look around now, there is no Social Security. You look around, big corporations are starting to collapse, so what's back to fall on? And what's beautiful is that entrepreneurship is always here for you, and you have to have that no quit mentality, not feeling sorry for yourself, knowing that you're gonna fail, succeed sometimes, fail, succeed sometimes, fail, and then eventually get to that point where, you know, you get to where you're at, where you're succeeding.
Right.
And I just think that's very important for people out there that like just have a dream for themselves, because like Reid and like you guys know from my journey, I'm living the entrepreneur lifestyle myself, and it took a lot of like, at first it felt like I was letting people down. You know, maybe you feel like you're letting people down at first, and you're not letting anyone down. The only person you're gonna let down is yourself, is if you quit, you know.
Right.
And I appreciate that a lot, brother, you know. So and then as far as like you know, when like, at what point did you know, or what did you go through where you wanted to be able to like use your voice to help share, whether it was your journey or help uplift other people, you know?
Well, I started off listening to Eric Thomas because I ran track. I ran track back in high school.
Right.
Those birds are
Yeah, we got
cool,
some parakeets.
dude.
Parakeets are going crazy in the background.
Yeah, green. But yeah, Eric Thomas, dude, because I ran track and I stumbled upon his videos and I would listen to him every time that I would train. And like, I wouldn't just go to practice and like, you know, practice. I would practice and then I would like go home and run extra miles and do core and stuff like that, and like do all the extras. And so I would listen to Eric Thomas, and that's really what got me into personal development. I would listen to his he had a speech where it's like, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Yeah, put the suit on, go walk out in the water.
Exactly. I've listened to that like
man.
thousands of times.
You really gotta want success more than you want to breathe. You know, you have to want to succeed more than anything in your life, and your vision, you're the only one that can see it. So if you have a vision and you're the only one that can see it, like, people aren't ever gonna understand you because they can't see what you see. Right. And that's why these people knock you. That's why they try to belittle you and tell you you can't do it, you're not good enough.
Right. Because
they have no idea what you're trying to obtain.
Exactly.
And if you work for it and you align yourself and every day tell yourself, hey, I can get this, I know I can, then eventually we'll start talking about the the conscious mind. Your subconscious mind is going to start setting you up in positions to get what you want because you see it every day. A lot of people, you know, we go to school and we take majors that we don't want. So what happens? It clips off our vision. And then we get stuck at these miserable jobs that we don't want. And I remember me when I worked corporate, I was looking around at these like 50-year-old, 60-year-olds, and I'm like, wow, they look so miserable. I don't want to be like them. I'm out, you know?
Right.
But that's because I stuck to my vision, and just how you have, you know? And you really got to want it more than you want to breathe, more than anything you want. And in a sense, you know, you have to be willing to die for it if you really want that.
Exactly.
You know, it's that financial freedom and being able to help others. And a big thing, too, is like tribe. You know, connecting with others that have that like mindset, because they know what you're trying to accomplish. They know what you're trying to get. So having mentors that can help put you in those positions to win.
Right.
You know?
And that's always been a challenge for me, because I grew up an introvert. So like I didn't talk to people. Like I didn't go out of my way to make connections. Like when I went to college, like they say college is about making connections. I made none. Like it is bad.
Yeah.
But like I didn't have that tribe when I was getting started. Like I actually just recorded a video of myself talking about this. I was hanging around people and we're doing nothing. Like all we would do is just hang out, we would skate. It's good exercise, but not really doing nothing. Smoke weed, nothing wrong with that, but we're doing nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I started learning about entrepreneurship and everything like that, reading the books, taking the courses, and I started like moving away from them. Not because I didn't want to hang out with them, but just because I was focused on this.
Right.
And like I started moving away from those people, and like then I was like all alone. And then, you know, I met new people here and there, but like they were never on the right path. I didn't have mentors, and they say environment is everything, right? And most people are like, I can't win because my environment isn't good. I didn't have the proper environment to succeed. So you know what I did, bro?
What'd you do?
I went on freaking YouTube and created my own environment,
That's
bro.
dope.
I took mentors. My mentors were YouTube like entrepreneurs like Dan Locke, Grant Cardone, Dean Graziosi, Ed Milet, just super successful business people, Tony Robbins. And instead of listening to music when I would drive places, I would listen to them. I would make them my circle. I would make them the 5 people I hang the most around.
That's dope.
And it wasn't until then I started to change my mindset and started to move into higher levels of not just business consciousness, but life consciousness in general. And then eventually, like years down the line, like now I'm starting to find my true tribe. But it all started with me taking the initiative to create my own environment in the midst of my, I don't want to say poor environment, but adverse environment.
Right.
Yeah.
It's dope, man. You created your own, like you said, your own tribe by wanting more for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so it's cool. And just the power of social media, you know, to be able to like have that outlet to reach out to and learn entrepreneurship through these people talking on the platform, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
You know, and like you do, you know, you broadcast for people's businesses, you know, your Instagram, you're sharing, you know, like tips about copy and like copyright and things like that,
Right.
which is very dope, brother. So, you know, what you're doing is amazing. Like again, you know, I appreciate the work that you put into yourself. You know, you really living the lifestyle that you talk about. You know, you practice what you preach. You know, you being a brother, you know, is big too. You know, that's amazing, because a lot of the times, like, we're so suppressed from being able to share our stories. We're so suppressed from being able to have different resources that other people have access to. So the fact that you went and got it yourself is very admirable. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I appreciate you for saying all that. It means a lot. That's the thing, though. Like, even though we are highly stunted with our growth, everything is out there. You just have to get it.
yeah.
And if that means that you gotta freaking jump over a hurdle, go through a flaming hoop, if you gotta scale a wall, climb over to the other side, and then swim across the freaking Atlantic Ocean. If you want it bad enough, you'll get it, and it's there for you.
You gotta be willing to die for it.
Yeah.
So thank you for your story, brother. It's amazing. With my brother Reid Lightford, out here helping people with their business, helping people learn how to market, helping people learn how to use tools and resources to build their business. So if there's any young entrepreneurs or any people with business that are looking to grow and expand and need some help, Reid's here for you. You know, Reid, you got your IG or any?
Yeah, my IG is Reid is Copy. So ReidisCopy. I create amazing marketing content, copywriting. I talk about mindset because that's really my main thing. I love talking about mindset on my stories and things like that. So overall, business, marketing, life, personal development in general, you're going to get tons of value. You can implement all this stuff in your business immediately. You start seeing results as soon as today, so you're going to want to check that out.
Tap in with my brother here. Thank you, Reid.
Thanks, man.
And you guys, hope you guys enjoyed the information. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit myself up, Reid up, and I hope you guys continue to be blessed. Thank you. Peace, love, and light.